Hey yo, what's poppin'? It's your guy, Spiderzilla, aka your mom's favorite bedroom toy. Back at again with yet another video. So, my bad for the wait, right? My bad. Nah, for real. Some of y'all aunties be out here with them dump trucks, you feel me? And, they be putting in that heavy work onto my mattress. So, basically, I had to save up. I had to take some time, go back to the drawing board and figure out how to save up for another mattress. So, my apologies for the wait. Moving right along to today's topic, right? So boom. I've been a member of the Dragon Ball community for over 20 years, and when you've been a member for that long, you can't help but peep some of the things that divide the fandom. Some examples is GT canon? Who's the best protagonist? Who's the best villain? But whenever I'm on social media, one thing that seems to always stir up the pot, always stirs up, the most controversy is DBZ Kai. The amount of unnecessary hate that this show receives is enough to cause fatigue, bruh. Like, I am more tired than a rookie player going up against Carmela Clutch and Queen Rogue, you feel me? It's exhausting, bruh. So, with that being said, it's time for yet another Glaze video. Sit back, relax, and let this video distract you from your existential crisis. Alright, so boom. There's little to no filler in DBZ Kai. Little to no filler. And I'm going to tell you why this is a good thing. Say, because here's the thing. I know this is going to come as a surprise to some of you niggas out there. But some of us be out here struggling. Some of us is out here struggling, my guy. So not everyone has access to internet or, regular internet or streaming services. What if you're like relying simply on TV? And what if you had to like basically watch these episodes once a week or like weekly every time like a new episode dropped, it was like every other week or like weekly? That would be a drag to get through, especially if we had like filler episodes, my guy. So again, Dragon Ball Z Kai, it basically seemingly took like 65 or 70% of the filler and like just totally stripped it away. And it just makes it so much more easier to just like catch up on it again if you're a new fan. So a lot of people like to sweep this under the rug, but the voice acting / the lines in DBZ Kai are way better than what we're given in the early 2000s OG Funimation dub. Way better by far. And here's what you got to consider. DBZ Kai came out in like somewhere in the 2010s, maybe 2009. I don't know. I'm pretty sure one of you virgins in the comments can like confirm the exact date. But here's the thing. By this time, the voice actors had plenty of experience to basically master their voice. Why is it hard to basically master their delivery when it pertains to voicing these characters? I'm gonna give you a perfect example. So, like Chris Sabat, the one and only Chris Sabat, in the early 2000s OG dub, the OG Funimation dub back in the early 2000s, he was voicing Vegeta as if he was trying to like audition for the Ocean dub. His Vegeta delivery, it had like an essence of like, it had like a nasally essence to it. Like he doesn't sound like the Vegeta voice that, we're familiar with today. It almost sounds as if Vegeta was trying to do like an impersonation or like an impression of like Butthead from Beavis and Butthead. Like, what? He? How can Kakarot be better than me? I'm the Prince of Vegeta. I am invincible. Like, bro, I hate how Vegeta sounds in the early 2000s, bro. I freaking hate it. as opposed to like these days, he sounds way more natural. It's hard to describe, but he sounds way more natural, bro. Speaking of Chris Sabat, yo, let's move on to another character that he's famous for voicing in Dragon Ball, right? Let's move on to Piccolo. So what I'm about to do right now, I'm about to show you like a clip. Mind you, I'm going to be using a bunch of I'm going to be using a crap ton of hyperbole, to avoid copyright. But, you'll understand the basic point. So without further ado, let me show you some Piccolo clips. Wow. Dead ass. No cap. I'ma start tweaking. I feel incredible. Yes, 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 yes. I can win. I feel great. I can do this. So you see how cringe that was, bro? Mind you, I exaggerated, but you see how cringe that is. All right, so let's move on to the hood translation of the Kai dub. All right, ready? If I had known brushing after every meal attracts more huds, I would have done it years ago. Again, so as I was saying, I was exaggerating, I was using hyperbole, but you get the point. In the early 2000s dub, the OG Funimation English dub, they make Piccolo chant for whatever reason. And again, if you really want to search up the differences between Kai and the OG version, all you got to do is search it up on YouTube. I'm not gonna do it for I don't want YouTube to be on me for copyright, blah blah blah. But yeah, and again, when you're exposed to the OG English dub, bro, it's very cringy, bruh. It's so cringy. Yeah, I can win. I feel great. No, I'm good, bro. I'm good on that. Keep that to yourself. So, boom. Chris Ayers, the legendary Chris Ayers, R.I.P. Chris Ayers and anyone who mimics his voice acting style, they perfectly capture how I always thought Frieza should and or would actually sound like. Especially since, in the show, manga, they refer to him as a him. And no shade to Linda Young, that's my childhood, Linda Young, but her version just don't give off the right vibe. It doesn't, which brings me to my next topic. So the OG dub really is a mixed bag. There'll be lines in there that are actually kind of nice, but they'll soon be followed by lines from another character that are either weird or, just weird or corny and just ruin the overall vibe of the show. Peep this real quick. Peep this. Frieza, let's do this while we're still young. I will let you reach your maximum so there's no doubt who's the strongest there is when this is over. I could have already beaten you by now. But when you lose, I want you to know for certain that you gave it everything you had. That even at its fullest, your power was no match for mine. And then, bro, peep this line that Frieza does. All right, big guy. Whatever turns you on. Right. Bro, this man bit your tail, threw a whole spirit bomb at you and made you eat it, and gave you PTSD. Why are you stopping to take a moment to flirt with him? But again, some of y'all will hear this and be like, yeah, that is weird. But hey, nostalgia, unreal, bro. All right, so finally, real quick, mind you, this is more so like a nitpick, you feel me? But so boom, right? I would be remiss if I ain't bring up, Stephanie, y'all go, the greatest of all time, Stephanie Nadolny. Now look, I ain't saying that she ain't talented or that she wasn't locked in when voicing Kid Goku or Kid Gohan, right? But every time I hear Gohan talk in the old dub, I don't know about you, but this is what I hear. I play the Bobby Hill. Play Bobby Hill real quick.
That's my purse. I don't know you.
Yes, indeed, very much so. I made that comparison. Oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I said it, most definitely. And thanks to me, every time you go back to that classic OG Funimation dub that y'all just praise as if like it's just perfectly flawless and just ignore the flaws. Every time y'all go back to that, you will now hear Bobby Hill's voice.
That's my purse.
You will never be able to unhear that. You're welcome. You're welcome. Just doing the will of God. All right, cool. So back to the main topic at hand. Okay, so let's go back. Let's circle back to the real goat. Right? Colleen Clinkenbeard. Yes, I know. Yep, I said it. So back to the true GOAT. And here's the thing. When you compare the two voices, when you compare the two talents, right? As I said, I'm not even saying that Stephanie Nadoli isn't talented at what she does. But y'all niggas need to stop kidding with yourselves. She does not sound like a young boy at all. It's like every time I hear her voice coming out of Gohan's like mouth, like dude, it takes me out of the immersion. Like she does not sound like a little boy at all. What nostalgia is blinding y'all. Like nostalgia is literally clouding y'all judgment, bro. I don't understand. Yeah, Colleen. And again, I know I'm adding like an element of trying to add an element of realism into a show about like magical orbs that summon a magical supernatural serpent. But as I said, bro, I like certain elements of realism even in my fantasy, even in my sci-fi, fucking sue me, fucking sue me, whatever, bro, whatever. And here's the thing. Here's what y'all niggas keep forgetting, bro. Or here's what y'all keep sweeping under the rug. Back in 2010, when Dragon Ball was premiering on Nicktoons or whatever, like it was helping, bro. It was gaining audiences, bro. Like it was gaining new viewership from people who like would otherwise never have exposure to Dragon Ball if it wasn't for like Nicktoons at the time. And then once the final chapters was premiering on Toonami back in like 2015, maybe even 2016, I'm sure that helped exponentially as well, and it's like, I can't believe I got to break this down to some of y'all niggas, but if you want a series to grow, develop, get better, exposure, bro, that's the factor. Exposure, that's what we need, like, again, this is for y'all, this is for the niggas that like just for whatever reason persist and say, oh my goodness, the Funimation dub is the best, man. It's T, bro. It's the bee's knees, like, bro. Okay, so that obviously means you love Dragon Ball, right? So here's the thing. Let these new audiences get exposed to what is, I guess, relevant in terms of TV broadcasting, I mean, it's basic math, bro. I don't understand y'all mindset, bro. But hey, at the end of the day, nostalgia is a force to be reckoned with. You feel me? Some of y'all just gonna hear this heavy game that I'm dropping and respond like this. This is gonna be your response right here.
Who? But anywho.
By the way, I can't believe I almost forgot to mention this, right? So like, thanks to the OG Funimation dub, I now have PTSD of the word darn or, darn it. They say it's like, it's comical how much they resort to saying the word darn, because like that's their attempt at like showing some type of implication of swearing or whatever. Darn him. Darn it. Darn. I need more time. Darn it. Darn. I'm weak. I need a little bit more time to charge. Darn. Like, bro, y'all don't get fucking tired of that shit. Bro, it's comedy at this point. And I'm a firm believer that if we want Dragon Ball to be taken a little bit more seriously, you know, we got to praise the Kai English dub. You know, at least not on the Nicktoon cut, but at least they swear a lot more. They say, damn it, bastard, hell, shit like that, you know? Come on. You know, it is what it is, you know? Nostalgia, it's a force to be reckoned with. It's definitely a force to be reckoned with. Indubitably. You know, I can admit it. So, at the end of the day, we all gonna have our own opinions on this matter. But I'm tired of talking to y'all. It's about time for me to break another mattress, you know. But on a serious note, stay productive, stay kind, keep being awesome. I'm gonna holler at y'all later.